Town Manager for the City of Independence, now acting as the chair of the commission. Karen, you want to go next? Karen Johnson.
Yeah, you can't even say Karen with an I. Karen Johnson, City Recorder, City of Independence.
And Vidal.
Vidal Pena. I am in charge of the talent show.
Thank
And
you.
man about the street.
And Nathan.
Hello, I'm Nathan Porter. I'm helping out with the music side of things, stage managing, hospitality for bands, that sort of thing, booking the bands.
And other Karen.
I am Karen Etzel, and I am helping with sponsorships.
And Neil.
I'm Neil Olson with Polk County Fire.
Hello, thanks for joining us. Shannon.
Hi, I'm Shannon Core, City Council Liaison.
Hi, Shannon. Ramon.
Everyone, Ramon with the city and City of Independence, and I am focusing on volunteers.
And doing an awesome job at it so far.
Thanks.
Lisa.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm vendor coordinator or master of merchants.
That you are. And Andrea.
I'm Andrea Van Heeswick, and I'm the director for the YMCA, and we'll be doing family and youth programming.
Thanks for joining us. And I think Jason is just there to be a fly on the wall. So unless Jason wants to introduce himself. Okay. Aaron has mentioned that he may be popping in a little bit. So we will see if he comes. But other than that, we will look at, did everyone have time to review the minutes from the last meeting? I'm gonna take the silence as a yes. Do we want to, Karen, do we need to approve the minutes or something? Can someone make a motion? Or do I make? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you.
Seconded.
Thank you. All right. Well, then going into the action items of the agenda, the first thing we are going to talk about is a little bit of a change in the budget. And do we need to approve this as well, Karen?
I mean,
Okay.
probably.
We'll just keep figuring out as we go, people. I actually don't have the budget in front of me, but I think that we had only budgeted, was it $3,000 for Shane's, for Shane, who is our sound tech. And the current budget that we just got back from him actually, sorry, I need to close my blinds. It is blinding me right now. Hold on one second. Okay, I believe that the budget actually was 3,500 that we had budgeted for Shane, and his most recent budget came in closer to 6,000, which is quite the difference. There is an increase in staffing costs and supplies, and so that is where the increase in cost is coming from. So I think at this point we don't really have any other options to change, and so I think we just need to approve unless anyone has any major, unless anyone's really against it.
Well, we all know what Shane can do and what the sound is like and all that stuff. And and the equipment that he brings in and all that. I mean, all around, he's the whole deal. I think it's a really good investment. I'm not sure where we are budget wise, but if we got to do it, then like you say, we got to do it.
Mhm. I think we do have some wiggle room in the budget. We did have about, at the time, it was about 18,000 that was in extra if we stuck with what we thought we were going to be getting in income. Granted, that can also go up or down depending on what kind of response we get and how many wristbands we sell. But it did seem like we had a little bit of cushion. But I know it doesn't look like Justin is here tonight, and I'm not sure that we've gotten the security budget back, and that is another one that could possibly be higher than what we first anticipated. So hopefully he'll be able to give us an update at the next meeting so that we can see maybe where we are in the budget a little bit more clearly after that comes in. So do we need to make a motion on the budget change, Karen? Okay, would someone like to make a motion for the budget? Neil,
I move to approve the change in budget to meet what Shane's needs are.
I'll second.
perfect, thank you. Real quickly, just because I know Ramon has to leave soon, I'm gonna jump really quickly to volunteer so that Ramon can give a volunteer update.
All right, so the system is all up and running. We have a dedicated website on the city's site, and there's also basically once we really start giving out the pushes and all the emails and all it's going to be included in our newsletters and such. It's all going to come to one spot where people can just easily sign up for the signs up or the shifts that they are able to do. And let's see, also what's pretty neat about our system that we're going with which is called Sign Up. It's literally signup.com. People don't even need to create an account. It's easily done on a smartphone, on a laptop, or whatever it might be. And so so right now, tomorrow in our YouTube channel and also our city's Facebook page and such, we're gonna have a promotional video, which I can actually show you right now. It's like 40 seconds long, if you guys are interested in checking that out. Or you guys can also just wait for the city's Facebook page tomorrow. It's gonna show it on there.
You can't tease us like that and then not show us. For
All right, cool. Do I have sharing privileges here?
Yes, you do.
All right, cool. All righty, so I'll just show it real quick. All right, optimize for video clips, share sound. All right.
Hey Independents, are you interested in becoming a volunteer at this year's Indie Days? It takes many hands to help make this community event possible, and we hope you can consider becoming part of the volunteer team. To volunteer, there's a few requirements. You must be 14 years of age or older, must be able to lift 30 pounds in certain roles that involve setup and takedown, must be able to pass a background check if you're handling money, and you must wear a life jacket if you are volunteering on or next to the river. One of the best parts of becoming a volunteer is really being able to see the joy your time brings. Click the link in the description below to sign up today and help make this community event a success.
Very cool. Thanks for putting it together.
Yes, short and sweet. And so we're gonna send that out tomorrow, and I'm gonna share, if you guys want to be able to share that link or that post, once it's gonna have the sign up form, it's gonna be all it's gonna be there. And the one thing that's important to note, folks, is that everything has to be done by that link. You can't actually direct people to that sign up. You can't find the event on there just because that's the way the system is set up. Everything has to go through that link. And but we will make a kind of a shorter version. It's already broken down in the shorter version, but everything should be easy once people have that link. And everything has been set. Everything has gone through. Karen, I went through when people sign up, we have our city's waiver. The piece has been all cleared. So that's good there. And folks can sign up for multiple people. And we're still kind of trying to finalize some group volunteers. So, and I will keep at least Courtney in the loop there. And I'm sure you all will be able to find out more details as that's kind of coming into place. But also just worth noting that this is all just, it's been a decently chunk of time put into this because we're kind of creating this from the ground up. There was not a lot of documents that were really talk about each specific role. And so I had to connect with Aaron over at Public Works quite a bit to kind of just clear some things up with him, on top of just like myself, Courtney, and Sean, just kind of trying to just really kind of think it through and make the best whack at each role. Right now, this is going to take approximately 120 volunteers, I believe, for when you consider the before the event, during the event, and in the breakdown of the event. So we really kind of thought it all through, and we'll see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, thanks, Ramon. If you guys haven't had a chance to go and check out that link, definitely just take a second to look at the different positions. And that way, when we're talking with the community, everyone's aware of the opportunities that some of your friends and family members might be able to join in on the fun and partake in. So thanks, Ramon. Have you actually gotten in contact with Stacy? I talked with Stacy today, and she had mentioned that the central senior class and the central basketball team were both interested in being group volunteers. Have you connected?
I didn't know that piece. I can get in touch with Stacy. I'll get in touch with her.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, because I know that Eli Sereno, the Central's PE teacher and then the cross country and track coach, he expressed strong interest in having a crew out at the event. So that's another plus or possibility.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Maybe we'll just connect outside of this the week after you come back from the conference.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, heading back up to the action items on the agenda, the wristband sales points. I've had a couple good meetings with Leanne, who is not here tonight, but she's our finance commissioner. And we have narrowed it down to 6 locations that will be selling wristbands this year, starting June 1st. The 6 locations will be City Hall, which will be accepting cash and credit card. The library, all the other locations will be cash only. So the library, the museum, the Independence Cinema, the Independence Hotel, and the Gate Youth Center. Those will be the 6 locations that will be selling wristbands starting June 1st. One thing that Leanne and I had talked about, and that we're hoping to get Shannon's assistant with, and then possibly if anyone else had any other volunteers, or if they themselves wanted to help volunteer, was doing pop-up sales in the parking lot of Central Plaza the weekends in June as well. So that way there's another location that's maybe outside of downtown, a little easier to swing in through to get wristbands. So that way we can try to get the sales going before the event. Karen.
Yeah, that was one of the places I was going to suggest. It was actually in front of K Insurance, used to be Puff Karen. It's kind of on the side driveway there. And then they've got right across from it, there's some parking spots that really basically aren't used very much. And that would be a really good almost a drive-through spot for wristbands, I think, because it wouldn't be taking up Central Plaza itself, but it's still part of Central Plaza with a driveway right there and everything. And maybe we could contact Puff Karen and see if they'd be willing to store some of the stuff there, so that way it doesn't have to be hauled back and forth.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I can do that, Courtney, if you want.
Can you?
Yeah, I'll talk to them.
Okay.
I got 2 questions too. I was thinking, I'm glad you mentioned Central Plaza, because I was thinking of maybe a drive-through kind of location as well. Is there going to be any way that we could do credit card sales in that with some Wi-Fi, Jason? Maybe?
I don't know. That might have to be an internal discussion to figure out how we would do that.
Okay, my second question then is, I think it's great that we're doing background checks for people who are going to be handling money. That's really important. But is there going to be a lead time associated with that? How much time will we need ahead of time in order to do that?
With that particular, we looked at that role quite a bit. I actually had a meeting with our finance. Yes, and Nikki as well. And so we're gonna try to have that turned around quick, like within maybe a couple weeks. I know that that role has already actually been signed up for, so we're looking forward to connecting with that individual and getting the ball rolling there, because that's out of all the roles, that's the one that's going to take the longest. But and then we have a kind of the game plan already too, in terms of how we're going to be able to handle the money and how we're going to be able to kind of have each role kind of start off with fresh tills each at each start of the shift. But I'll report back once we kind of fine tune that more.
Yeah, that's good, because I walked around with thousands of dollars on me last year, and I don't wish that on anybody. It's terrifying.
Yeah, we have we're gonna try to utilize the police department's kind of the headquarters back there by the park or by the campground area, so we can kind of have that, like that'll be like the money area.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I will just mention that I did talk with Brent, who is the landlord and owner of the Central Plaza area, and Grocery Outlet will be opening in June. And I also talked with them as well. And they had mentioned that they do see that if we set up some type of pop-up tent in that front area, it's a great way for a visual of marketing for them to let the community know that they are now open. So if Puff Karen decides that she doesn't, or you guys decide you don't want to go that route, we do have the ability to be front and center right there where the Halley Island food truck was as well for the month of June. So just throwing that out there. Okay, so then will we have I think we're going to plan to have a secondary meeting in May. Is that correct, Karen? Okay, so can we have, okay.
Yeah, we always try to have 2 meetings in May and 2 meetings in June, just because we're getting so close to the event.
Okay, so can we decide as a group to have that, the pop-up days and timeframes figured out by the next meeting? So at the next meeting, we can assign some people to be the leads of the different weekends. Does that sound like a good plan, Shannon? Okay. All right. I'm not sure what the fireworks contract is on the agenda. Did we just need to approve that, Karen?
I thought that either you or Aaron told me that it had to be on there. Has it been signed?
Yes, we've signed.
Okay.
Yes. So do we need to just share that we've signed the contract, or?
Oh yeah, and then probably approve it, and then was it within budget?
I think so, because Aaron had told us that it was going to be 25% more than the previous year. So I think we had already planned to have that in the budget.
Okay.
But I can double check on that, and maybe we could talk about that at the next meeting if it is something that we need to approve.
Okay.
Okay. All right, then I will just keep on moving on. It looks like Leanne's not here. We've already kind of talked a little bit about the finance aspect when it comes to the wristband sales. The parks, Aaron's not here right now, and I don't see Kimber or Megan, and I believe Megan was going to be handling decorations or branding. I will plan to reach out to her directly this week to see if we can get an update and maybe have them be present at the next meeting so that we can get an update on that. Was there anything anyone else wanted to chime in on the pyrotechnics or the decorations and branding? Okay. Moving into the public safety part of the agenda, Justin had messaged me earlier this week saying that with, let's see here, let me pull up his email. With the amount of security members that we'll have on site from the security company and the amount of hours that we're asking them to work, it sounds like a lot of them will be working 11 to 12-hour days. One of the things Justin had asked us to talk about and think about was allowing them to have campsites on site. He had mentioned that he knew that sometimes people from the carnival were allowed to sleep over in the park. And I think we're still finalizing the layout of the park, and we'll plan to bring that probably to the next commission meeting. Just because, especially with the additional gate that we'll probably be adding down at City Hall, it's going to change a little bit compared to previous years. But since we don't have a carnival this year and we're bringing in inflatables, the thought was to have most of the inflatables down where the carnival was. And when he requested that, my initial thought was to have the inflatables kind of be a half circle down in the biker boat or campground, and then have a staging and camping area for everyone that needed it, maybe behind it. And so that was my initial thought, but I'm definitely open to other ideas because that might not be the best solution. So is there any other ideas that people can think about for a solution if we need to have an overnight space for those that are working the event? Does anyone think that the recommendation I just made makes sense, or if there's any changes?
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
I like having them tucked back in there behind there. And with inflatables, I don't think that's going to take a ton of space.
Right.
There's plenty of room down there. But I think that's good. And they're not pinned in anywhere really. So.
Okay. All right. And is everyone feel comfortable and okay with that? I mean, obviously I was about to say, Justin, well, I don't know, you're the police. You tell me if that's okay to have people camping down there. And so obviously if he's the one asking us, then I think he's probably okay with it, especially if it's the security company and it's for a very specific ask and request. So is everyone okay with that? Okay, great. I will let him know. But the good news is it sounds like we're going to have security, which is not the same for every other event. There's a lot of security companies that have went out of business through COVID. And so it's actually nice to know that we do have some security people that are going to be coming to help out. All right, vendors, Lisa.
Hey, so I don't really know what to report. We're getting them in slowly. What are we at, about 20, 18, 20? I think that's a good estimate. Yeah, it's a slow one this year, but we'll do a big push here. And usually the last few weeks is when we get the big rush as well. So if anyone knows of anyone, craft vendors especially, that want to join in, just send them to the Facebook page, and that's where the application and the handbook are. The new system of them filling out the application online and sending in the payment has been really slick. If they don't want to do the payment online, they can send it in with a check. But I don't know, Courtney, do you have any feedback on the new system?
I mean, I think it's been going well. It seems like it's nice and clean, and it's always nice to have things just digital, so that way we can all communicate through email very easily when, you know, someone's paid or someone has submitted an application online. It's nice that it just kind of alerts you that there's been an application that's been submitted, rather than having to go and pick it up from City Hall, or, you know, there's not really any lag, which is kind of nice. So I would say it's going, but I also wasn't the one having to go to City Hall to pick up applications. So I will let you be the one to decide if that really is the better process or not.
Well, I guess I need to check. Karen, I'd given you the post office box key. Have there been any that have come in through the mail?
I haven't looked in the last week and a half, and there weren't any before that, so I'll go double check.
Okay. And then I guess I've been meaning to get by City Hall to get the cards, but I haven't checked to see if any have come in through City Hall. I think there may have been one person that I referred to drop it off there. But otherwise, I mean, it seems to be going pretty well with the through the Facebook application.
I can do another promotional post too, to kind of, I'll make sure that I keep doing some of those for the vendors.
Okay, Other than that, I guess I was gonna ask, we had talked about there was going to be a trainee or a helper maybe to work with me this year as we got them set up and got the park set up and all of that. Is there still a person?
I think that was Megan,
Yeah.
who had, I think, also volunteered to help out with decorations. So like I said, I'm gonna reach out to her this week, and so I can mention that as well.
Okay, because I would love to do sort of a side meeting as we get closer to, or have her involved with mapping out the spaces at the park, just go through all of that.
Okay, sounds
All I
good.
got, I think.
Thanks for all your hard work.
And before we go any further, Courtney, if you would remember to stop by my office, but I won't be in tomorrow, and I'll give you the other PO box key. There were 2 of them, so.
Oh, okay, great.
Lisa, real quick, did you say that the application is on the Facebook page?
Yeah, it's on-
Independence Days?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah,
'cause
it's
did-
been really slick.
Okay, I'll let the, I spoke with the girl from Maui Melts a couple days ago, and she had said
Great.
that she was trying to figure out how to do that, and she thought that she had sent something in, but she wasn't sure if it was for Independence or Monmouth, or I don't know. She didn't seem like she knew which city she applied for. So I told her she
Oh.
wanted to be busy to apply for Independence, and so I'll let her know where to go for that.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. We'd love to have them.
Okay.
I'll just also throw out there, if anyone's on the community chat groups, that's a great way for us to kind of take that Independence Days information and help spread it out further. So if everyone's connected to those groups, if you ever see any Independence Days event information floating around there in the social media stratosphere, feel free to share that out onto the community groups. So that way, I know there's a lot of community members that have been asking about different various aspects, and definitely once we get that schedule out there, which I think we'll be able to finalize here this next week and start getting that out there at the end of May as well. So. All right, well, if that's it from Lisa and vendors, then we will move on to Karen with sponsors.
Great. Hello, everyone. So sponsorships right now, we're at 14,000. And the last few that came in were Minette and PT Northwest and Community Life. So that's pretty exciting. And then right now I'm just working on, I need to get in touch with Courtney and work and make sure that we've gotten all the payments and that people have signed all of the agreements. And I'm working on getting logos from all of the sponsors so we can promote them like we said we would in exchange for their sponsorship money. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thanks, Karen. Yeah, we can connect maybe sometime this week to kind of go over the needs that we need for each sponsor.
That sounds great.
Thank you for all your hard work with that. It's not easy to ask people for money, especially after we just got out of a pandemic. So whatever you're doing, keep working your magic. Okay, entertainment, Mr. Nathan.
What do you want to know?
Well, you can share the awesomeness that you have been working on that entertainment.
We have all the slots. We have all the slots full now.
Woo!
So the lineup is pretty much set. And if anybody drops out for any unforeseen reason, I have extra people kind of on standby. So we got after it early enough this year that I wasn't fighting the same battle as last year when we were on again, off again, trying to figure out the COVID stuff, I guess.
Did DTW end up committing?
DTW's in.
Okay.
I still like the only gray area is the Central High School Pep Band. I still don't have details on what they're going to do yet, but DTW is flexible, so we can interchange either of those groups. They know that they need to kind of prioritize the pep band if we can. We really want to give a focus to the local youth, since they were so deprived of concert opportunities throughout the pandemic. So we're really going to try to center them in our community night on the 2nd. So I'm excited to see that, and I know the kids are excited. Yeah.
Nathan has done a really great job of making sure that we have a lot of really great local performers in our lineup, and some other fun, like a couple magic shows here and there. So it's going to be
magic shows were all you.
And we have the talent show. There's going to be so much fun this year.
Do you have a lineup for that, Nathan, yet?
For what?
For the entertainment, or is that what's going to be unveiled in our schedule that you were talking about, Courtney?
Oh no, I think Courtney and I put it down on at least the rough draft. The only quibble was whether the big 8-piece funk band or the pep band are going to play first, and how long they're each going to play. But we built in some flexibility there because, with so many members, it's kind of hard to nail them all down in a timely fashion.
Yeah, I'm excited for DTW. That they're going to be awesome. When are they playing? On the 2nd? Are they are they the headliners on the 2nd?
No, that'll be Ty Curtis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he's also going to be doing the national anthem too. So, but yeah, Nathan has put together, literally music from noon to 10 o'clock. He's got music all day on the 2nd. The 3rd, we have Doc Tice for most of the day, and then it will be the talent show. And then we have a headliner band that will kind of come up at the end of the talent show. And then we also have Doc Titus again on the 4th, and we have about 4 or 5 bands on the 4th as well. So it's literally a full lineup, and yeah, all that stuff will be included in the schedule. I'll update it before I share it out with the community, so that way everyone can kind of have eyes on it before it officially goes out and gets put up on the website. But it is exciting to know that, the entertainment lineup is done and completed. So thanks, Nathan. I did see that I skipped Neil, and I just want to go back to the Polk County Fire Department to see if you guys had any updates for us, or any questions, or anything else that you needed to know at this time.
No, I think we're good. We'll have the trailer down there by the command post, and we'll be working on staffing and getting folks for that. We have people all around town those days, so we'll be able to get that covered and be down there, and we're good.
All right, nice and easy. I like it. Okay, and Ramon already gave the volunteer update. Like I said, it seems like we do have a couple groups that are coming forward for the bigger parts, like the gates and parking, which is nice. And Andrea, are you available to share a little bit about family activities? Do you have any questions or anything you want to share out about things you guys have planned?
I sent a kind of mock-up agenda out last month. I don't know if you all got it, but I think we're good with the grab and goes. I just want to make sure that we have the proper timeline for hometown days. And then I just got the material, so I just sent it over to my colleagues right now, and I'll get back around with you all on that as to if we're missing any items that we need. Other than that, it's just a hometown. I just need a timeline to be finalized so that we know how to plan. Other than that, I think we're good.
Okay, great. I just sent what you sent to me and Shannon. I sent that to Karen. So if she wanted to send that out to the commission, she can. And then I also sent you the Indie Days, the inventory. So that way, if there is anything that you can pull from, so that way you guys don't have to pay for anything additional, hopefully you'll be able to use some things.
Right, that's what I just sent out. Since it just came in today, I don't have an answer back from everyone else is planning with me. So I will get you any missing items within the next couple days.
Yeah, no
But we'll
problem.
try to do our best to work from that.
Okay, I totally understand that it's a very piecemeal list of items. I went through the Connex with Aaron and we went through literally every tote box, every bag randomly shoved in the corner, every little inch of that Connex was taken out and reorganized and checked out. So if there's anything that's missing, I mean, feel free to let me know what you guys really need for those programs. But yes, hopefully there'll be at least some items that you'll be able to utilize on that inventory list. And I'll be sharing that inventory list with everyone. Obviously, Andrea kind of has first dibs with the family activities. A lot of the things are games and crafts, but there are some other things like gloves and tents and tables and just random other stuff that everyone else can check out. So that way, if they feel like they need anything for their department, they can call dibs on it.
Yeah, and there, I think we have a couple tents and tables too that, so if need be, we can share in that area. I did want to ask too though, because right now I just have grab and go crafts, and then the hometown activities. But you want us to be running carnival games as well, correct? Is that in addition to?
No, I think it's honestly up to you guys in terms of what you have capacity to do. I think in the past, the kids zone has been a range of things from crafts to, I remember seeing a photo of like a big sand in like a pool with toys and whatnot. And I think last year there was like fishing in the little kiddie pools and things. So really it changes every year. It's never the same. So honestly, it's kind of whatever you guys want to do in the kids zone. So,
okay.
But there are carnival games and other things like that, or supplies, I should say, on that inventory list, if that's something that you have interest in doing. So
I think it would be helpful, since we have the list now, for me to meet with our camp director and youth development team and kind of go over what the supplies are and then recreate the activities if they're going to change and then get that back to you.
Okay, great. Okay. Then publicity and social media. I did hear from Natasha that she has her hands a little too full to assist with the Indie Days Commission for the rest of this year. So I have taken over a lot of the social media and publicity tasks. So if there's anything that you feel like you want promoted or that you would like shared on the social media sites or put on the website, feel free to just send it my way and I will work with it updated. There was something was with the mini marathon. Was it Terry? Did she get her questions answered about the mini marathon?
It's a he. I don't know if he did or not, but I did let him know that there was a meeting tonight. So I don't know if he's got his answers or not, but I'll reach out to him if you like.
Okay, that would be great. With he is with Anytime Fitness, correct?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought that was who puts it on every year, but I could be wrong.
Terry's Birkin Terry's, and he has been, I think he works with Monmouth Fitness, but he's not affiliated.
Okay, thank you.
But you're right, it is Anytime Fitness that always did the marathon.
Well, okay. Terry Cable, he's the one who's been in charge of it.
Hmm.
He's the one who's always come to our commission meetings and gotten it all been here for us, so.
Okay, and do we normally promote that in our schedule of events as well?
Yes.
Did he say anything about when, or is that what you're going to find out this week?
Yeah, I'll get details from Terry.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any updates about the parade that we need to discuss?
It just seems to be moving along. They've been sending out letters, and I know the city even got one wanting to know if the city wanted to be in the parade. So, you know, they're reaching out, and they got a sponsor to help them basically pay for a band or two to be in the parade. So we're going to have some, I don't know if it's going to be from Western or what, but there's going to be music in the parade. So it'll be cool.
Cool. Well, that's good to hear. It'd be interesting to know how many people they have so far for the parade, but
Mhm.
and then I think Vidal has an update about community church that he would like to share.
Yes. So I spoke with Pastor Andy from the Grove yesterday, and he advised me that he will be taking a sabbatical, which he was supposed to do 3 years ago, but he has not been able to, starting in June. And the associate pastor who will be running the show during his sabbatical, I believe it's going to be like 6 months. He's been there a year and doesn't really know how to successfully pull that off. So they wanted to let us know that as much as they don't like it, then they would have to bow out from this year. And in speaking with Courtney, I believe that with I've been after him for 4 months to commit and to do all this and give us the go ahead, and we did get that, but they're just realizing that they can't. So anyways, that being said, with the short time in advance, I'm recommending that we do not have church in the park this year. As much as I don't like the idea myself personally, but professionally for the group, I think giving anybody else a chance to do it with a month month and a half to successfully pull it off is not fair to any other church to try to do that. So I would suggest we just focus on all the other events on Sunday and the car show that's happening during that same time period. And that is my update for that. I don't know if anybody else has any ideas or comments about that.
Thanks for that update, Vidal. Yeah, the car show also begins at 10, so I think we can still have everything kind of starting at the same time on Sunday as we had originally planned, since I believe Church in the Park was supposed to begin at 10 as well. So really, I think we're still moving forward, same as we were prior. So
yeah, and then next year we'll revisit before our post meeting, I guess, what that might look like next year if it looks like anything. I'll be going to the Monmouth Church in the Park, which involves, I believe, 15 churches locally. So that would be interesting for me to take notes and see how that's done there, and perhaps bring something back to or ideas for that happening in our community next year or the year after, or whenever.
all right. Thank you, Vidal. Well, everyone, we have 14 minutes left. Is there anything anyone would like to talk about?
I do. The talent show. We're still in the Courtney put the flyer together, a really cool, quick video. Is it GIF or GIF? I don't know what it is called, but it's something along those lines. So if you haven't seen it, take a look at it on the City of Independence or the Independence Days site. Copy it, share it. I've been sharing it. I shared it today for the community chat pages locally. I'll be hitting up Dallas and Salem and Corvallis and those. And Courtney advised that she was going to print up some flyers as well, posters we can put up around the community. And yeah, I think we're proceeding as on schedule. I didn't think that we're going to start really promoting it till this month anyway. So I'm pretty confident it's going to work out great.
Yeah, thank you for all your hard work on that so far. Excited to see what kinds of undiscovered talent from our community we get to witness that day. So that will be fun. But we are requesting that people send in a bit of a video to submit. Really, that was just kind of to try to limit in case we had too many people, just because we do only have a certain amount of hours for the talent show. But we do have several different age groups for this year's talent show, and cash prizes involved this year, which is a little bit different than last year. So hopefully that will incentivize even more people to come out and share their talents with the world. So.
Do we know how long each participant is going to receive for their slot? Do we have a time cap?
No. From, I guess it would just depend on how many entries that we get. I would think the maximum that we could allow, I mean, actually for performance would be, I would think 4 minutes. I mean, we don't want anybody to come up and do War and Peace, pages 3 to 360.
Right.
But I would say 4 minutes is plenty of time. Of course, if it's 5 minutes, I'm not gonna be, it just depends on what it is. I mean, if we've got to get the full value of it, it's going to take 5 minutes, and great. A lot of them I think are only going to be 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah,
but,
I had an interested party ask, and I said count on under 5.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, that's average. We got to also figure out if what the actual act is. Are they going to require setup? And I think the only other logistic thing that I needed to, not bringing that up, I think we said that Shane is going to be there, right, Courtney? Or one of his guys. So, I mean, they're in and out real quick to set things up. Shane's got his drum set there if it's a band. If we got to use the dance floor area, that if it's a dance troupe that can't fit on the stage, great, they can use that. I think we're set up for success on all of those.
Cool.
All right. And then and Shannon, I just saw your message about the front area of the parking lot. So that,
I think that's probably better, because people can just whiz in, whiz right back out, rather than clog up that. I don't want to clog up traffic or anything in Central Plaza, but I think we can make it work. I mean, we used to do some sales there, previously. I think everybody knows it, and I think it's a great spot. So.
Okay. He did mention that later in June, the fireworks stand will pop up there, but he actually thought that would probably help us out, because then
sure, we could be right next door to him. Sure.
They pick up their wristbands too. It's a one-stop shop. So.
Have you ordered wristbands, or have you decided on a design for the wristbands? Because I do have the box in my car, and I'm off tomorrow, and I will drop them off at I'll drop them off at City Hall tomorrow for sure.
I haven't yet. I plan to look into those this week and probably send out some emails to see. Specifically, I'm working with you and Leanne on that. So I'll start an email group with us 3 to make sure that we have some opinions thrown out there, and probably make a decision here soon about that, so that way we can get those ordered.
Okay. I'll leave them at the front desk for you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
This is completely off subject, but seeing as how we got a couple minutes, and you're speaking of that parking lot, I just spoke with the superintendent of the building project of Grocery Outlet, and he said they're opening June 16th. Is the grand opening date.
Yeah, that's another one of the reasons why we thought it would be great to set up there, because then if anyone didn't know that Grocery Outlet is open, it's a nice way to kind of also market a brand new business coming into our community. So, all right, anything else? Speak now.
It's not a huge thing. Oh, sorry. I think my video's lagging, or my internet's lagging. So sorry to cut you off.
Nope.
I just wanted to ask who manages the website, only because I noticed, I told some AmeriCorps people to come, and I guess they Google searched like Independence Days, and it's like last year's site and a few other things surface in the search results first rather than this year's page. And so I just was wondering, I'm not too knowledgeable in the whole SEO area, but I thought I might just pass that along.
So actually, I just updated the website probably last month. So I think it probably depends on when they went to look. But I do think that the actual City of Independence information is from last year. And so that may have been what they went to look on. I think the City of Independence pops up first and then Independence Days is underneath it. So I'll look to see if there's anything that we can do to change that. And I'll also work with Emmanuel to try to update some of the City of Independence information now that we have some stuff that's updated. But yeah, hopefully once we get a little more information in there, because right now a lot of the stuff just says check back soon for more updates, because we need to update the sponsor information. We need to put in the schedule. We got to put in the entertainment lineup. There's a lot of stuff that will hopefully be built into the website. So that way it will help with that search engine optimization.
Sure thing. Just thought I would pass that along. Sweet. Thanks.
Yes. Thank you. Okay. Anything else?
No. Hey, Courtney, did that lineup for the summer music series, did that come up? Did that get loaded in the amphitheater?
Yes, we just shared it tonight at the happier hour right before this meeting, and we will be starting. I'm actually updating that website probably tomorrow. And so the summer series website should be fully updated and ready to be promoted next week. So I would check back on Monday if you were looking for the summer series lineup.
Okay. And then email me those dates if you can.
Yeah, will do.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, everyone. We are 6 minutes early. You are welcome. Have a good rest of your night. And feel free to email me if you have any questions that come up. Oh, Karen, do you know when our next meeting is? Sorry, let's leave the people with when we're going to meet next.
Okay, so so it would be May 26th.
May 26th, people. Mark your calendars. Until then.
And I will be out of state.
Oh, okay. Well, have fun wherever you're going.
It is my birthday that day too, so I don't know if I'll.
Okay.
I don't really have much planned, so probably be there.
Okay. Well, we'll see some of you at
Okay.
that time. All right.